Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts as we delve into the profound insights of a man who foresaw the future of communication, Marshall McLuhan. Let's unearth the depths of his pivotal concept, the medium is the message, which revolutionized our understanding far beyond the confines of simple information exchange. Imagine for a moment, a world where the mere channels of conveying your thoughts hold more weight than the content itself. This is the crux of McLuhan's philosophized mediums through which we communicate, shape and mold our experiences and perceptions more critically than the messages they carry. The very act of watching a show binds us universally, allowing us to partake in immediate, global conversations that transcend traditional boundaries. But it's not only about global connectivity. Our internal wiring is being reshaped as well. The digital age has, quite literally, rewired our brains. Memories shrink beneath the shadow of expanding technology, news is encapsulated into bite-sized tweets, and the complexity of human emotion is often distilled into simplistic emoji responses. As we interact with technology, so do our habits evolve. Ever caught yourself trying to zoom in on a paper image or change the channel in real life? McLuhan's foresight didn't stop there. He predicted our present a world wherein the battlefields are virtual and surveillance is the new wartime strategy. Under the lens of omnipresent scrutiny, we're performing on a stage where the audience is both everyone and no one, where each action and reaction is recorded indelibly. In an age where information warfare dominates and societal shifts are propelled by silent keystrokes, we realize McLuhan's axiom: we are not just consumers but producers of information. As the ever-expanding social media sphere influences major socio-political movements, we see McLuhan's words come to life. Platforms like Facebook have ignited revolutions, empowering voices and rallying cries for change. Yet, this power comes with a sobering reminder: privacy is now a mythical beast, slain by the collective need to know. The capabilities to watch and record, brought into the spotlight by individuals like Edward Snowden, exist in a moral gray zone, hailed by some as saviors of truth and by others as enemies of the state. This new reality is unforgiving, a relentless record that captures our every fault forever in the ether of the internet. A single tweet can ignite or extinguish careers, trigger legal action, or spawn a maelstrom of public backlash. In McLuhan's vision, the world has transformed into one grand, inexorable narrative where one's digital footprint is both indelible and infinite. Reflect on McLuhan's audacity. His claims of this intricate web of interconnected lives were uttered in an era where none of the modern tools of communication existed. Yet here we are, enveloped in his prophesied global village where every corner of the world is within whispering distance. The implications of McLuhan's theory are vast for the ambitious and keen minds of today's society, particularly when contemplating the arenas of insurance, personal finance, and investments, where the medium through which information is delivered can alter market perceptions profoundly. The concept extends to real estate, legal proceedings, and credit management as well. The formats of our dialogues influence decisions and outcomes in every field. By questioning how modern life, dating, career growth, and personal development are shaped by the digital mediums we engage with, we challenge ourselves to adapt and evolve. Practices such as monk mode and semen retention have found their place in discussions through YouTube channels, podcasts, and blogs, demonstrating the integral role medium plays in circulating and normalizing ideas. In navigating this digital landscape, every ambitious individual must leverage the mediums at their disposal with wisdom and discretion. Whether it's marketing, advertising, or online banking, the way we communicate about these subjects can ultimately determine their success. The strongest, most successful men understand that currency today isn't just about dollars and cents, it's the informational exchange that equips them to pivot and adapt swiftly in the face of a recession or the dynamic context of finance and investing. On this platform, we delve into these concepts not just to impart knowledge but to provoke thought, to prompt a shift in how you perceive the world around you, and to empower you to seize the reins of your digital narrative. If today's exploration of McLuhan's vision strikes a chord with you, becoming part of our community through a simple click to subscribe, like, and hitting the notification bell can mark the beginning of a transformative journey. We stand on the cusp of the future envisioned by McLuhan, witnessing the unfolding story of humanity's engagement with technology. It's a narrative without closing chapters, punctuated by constant twists and turns. What actions, inspired by the insights shared today, will you weave into your life story? As we draw this discourse to its poignant climax, consider the value of the insight presented. If this video has left an indelible mark on your thoughts, honor that with a gesture proportional to the enlightenment you've gained, with a link awaiting you in the description. Dear friends, here's to opening our minds, embracing the medium that reshapes our messages, and forging ahead in this intricate global village. Thank you for joining this intellectual odyssey. May the insights we share today serve as a compass for the voyage ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever pondered what could drive a person to harm an innocent individual? Does the thought sit well with you, or does it agitate your conscience? Well, today, prepare for a psychological deep dive that might just redefine your understanding of human behavior and authority. Back in the 1930s, a young Stanley Milgram grew up in New York City. The son of Jewish immigrants, he was all too familiar with the atrocities of the Holocaust, a period smudged with violence and unfathomable acts. Such heinous sights spurred a burning question within him: what drove ordinary individuals to commit such acts? Fast forward to the 1960s, now a psychologist at Yale University, Milgram set out to unearth the dark motives behind obedience even when it clashes with one's morality. His study? The infamous Milgram shock study, a 2-year-long experiment with a straightforward setup. A participant, given the role of a teacher, a learner, and an overseer, known as the experimenter. Here's the twist: the teachers were instructed to administer electric shocks to the learners upon every incorrect reply they made. The catch? These shocks surged in intensity with each mistake, culminating in potentially lethal voltages. But what the teachers didn't know was that the shocks were farcical, and the learners were merely actors. Despite doubts and hesitance, encouraged by the experimenter's insistence, many participants continued to deliver the shocks. The results? Remarkably, a staggering 65% of participants inflicted the top-end voltages, while every participant exceeded the 300-volt mark. Now, before you draw any conclusions, remember this: the motivations of human behavior are complex. Years later, the ethics of Milgram's study came under fire. Questions arose such as the participants' psychological well-being, the unfair selection of only male volunteers, and the deceptive nature of the experiment. Critics, including psychologist Gina Perry, argued the participants were coerced and possibly left in the dark about the study's true nature, not exactly the pinnacle of ethical research. And yes, the study faced another critique. Would the results hold if women were the ones in the instructor's seat? Despite the ethical quandaries and the passage of time, replicated modern studies following Milgram's blueprint, albeit less controversially, yielded analogous findings. Obedience and compliance to authority figures persist in intriguing ways. So, allow me to invite you to ponder: how would you react in such a scenario? Would your actions differ based on settings, context, or authority pressure? This exploration through the Milgram shock study isn't merely academic, it has the power to unlock a deeper understanding of the human psyche, obedience, and what it means to hold the power of choice in your hands. If you've soaked up insights from this delve into psychology, consider the fact that we've all learned a significant lesson today. To top that, if you find yourself yearning for more knowledge from similar content, make sure to show some love by subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell. Who knows, it might just be the push needed to master your own authority and moral compass. Reflect for a moment on today's enlightenment. Ask yourself what steps you'll take away from this venture into moral psychology. How might you apply these teachings to navigate your life henceforth? And with that, my friends, until we cross paths again on this digital journey of discovery, be wise, be strong, and may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Should you find value beyond measure in today's narrative, a gesture of gratitude is warmly welcomed, and the avenue for such lies within the video's description. Farewell for now, stay curious, and always seek the truth behind the veil of obedience.